Actually, I was a cadet journo on the Melbourne Herald when I left school. I went along and that was great. And I was trying to do uni at the same time and eventually cleared out and went up north as a governess to Yarraka and went overseas. Tried to get a job on Fleet Street, wasn't very easy. Came back, we all came up to Queensland and I worked on the Bulletin quite a lot, just part-time while the kids were in preschool or somewhere. Maury was driving them to school at Kalapa. And went back to uni and did my first degree. And so I think it was after that then Dave Myers came up and I was tutoring, and he said, well, if you want to do something useful, why don't you get the magazine going? Because the students were very keen in those days in writing and producing work. So that's when we got onto Yapanya. Well, I think I was really lucky when I finished my degree. In communication, there was a real shortage of people to tutor in journalism or in all public relations. I think I learnt that on the way. It was really great place to get a job. I think I worked for Graham Griffin a lot, really enjoyed it, and then gradually developed into lecturing, doing my lecturing, and became a full-time lecturer. Pumpkin Island, there was a very small, interesting workshop, and I thought, that's a good idea, we should get our writers over. So with the Milk Gallery, Dale Charles and myself, we started organising the Pumpkin Island workshops. We had to take all the food in those days, go over on a pretty rough, boat, but they were terrific. And then we started having the workshops at North Keppel Island, which were very organised. I mean, the food's all supplied. We were really looked after. And then we started off with the Bohenia Literary Awards, which surprisingly went really well. We got money from our sponsors, and all over Australia we were getting entries in the Bohenia Literary Awards. They've been going right until pretty well the present day. As part of my degrees, but I got really interested in filmmaking, and we went out and did On the Western Line, a documentary out on the train trip right out to Winton, to the festivals out there. Took in the Aboriginal Festival, Dreamtime, and the South Sea Islanders. Who else did we have? King O'Malley. I remember I've got some great shots of Peter taking King O'Malley as he staggers up the beach with Bob Muir as Kawonga. And we had a great time doing On the Western Line. And then we did King O'Malley, which is an incredible local story, but had to have a lot of research done down south with some really interesting people. And then Tommy Wills, the story of Tommy Wills and Cullen Laringo, the massacre at Cullen Laringo, which was very powerful. And in hindsight, I think if you get into documentary making, you need a really good camera, you need a very good speaker, microphone, as well as we were lucky we could work through the uni with excellent editors, and I always got a lot of support from my colleagues over there. The interest is certainly there in writing today, and I think it could be very easy to get that developed again. Linda's working on flood writing, as you know, from various workshops. Other people are too. And it's possible that something comes out, just on the people's experiences with the terrible floods that Queensland got. I think now Idiom's got a much stronger website, and I think a lot of the submissions we get will be on the website. The workshops are getting stronger and stronger, thanks to Dr. Linda Horiluck, who's working very hard on those. And the local writers seem to be developing in different groups, and I think the website will produce a lot. I must say, last thing, I'm absolutely amazed at the numbers of local people right through Capricornia that are interested in writing, and the groups that have started up themselves. There's a couple here on the coast, there's some in Rocky out west. People do want to write, whether it's poetry or short stories. We got some really excellent short stories from Claremont out west on the droughts and the floods. They were tough stories, but beautifully written. And there's a lot of good story writers out there.